My wife was caught cheating, and she audaciously declared, "Kevin is richer than you. His underwear smells good even after 3 days without changing, while you reek of poverty even after 3 showers." She clamored for a divorce, claiming Kevin was coming to pick her up to start a better life. But when Kevin appeared, he actually knelt before me, apologizing. Only then did she realize I was a billionaire, and she cried, begging me to reconcile. My answer was only 2 words: get lost. Hello, is this the human department, HR? I was about to tell the HR department to inform Kevin not to come to work tomorrow, when Tiffany slapped my phone out of my hand, and then slapped my face. She glared at me, questioning, "I only slept with Kevin once, and you want to ruin his future. How can you be so vicious? If gets fired, how am I supposed to marry him? Are you jealous of me having a better life?" I ignored her and bent down to pick up my phone. Unexpectedly, she escalated, kicking my phone away. Her thin, sharp high heel instantly pierced my finger. Blood flowed out instantly. My finger was severely injured. A wave of numbness came first, followed by intense pain. I instinctively reached for a tissue to press on the wound and stop the bleeding. Her high heel suddenly stomped on the tissues. Looking at her face full of resentment, I felt incredulous. Are you really that eager to be a mistress? I never thought my own wife could be so shameless. My sincerity had been completely wasted. Facing my questions, Tiffany crossed her arms, arrogantly scoffing, "Even being Kevin's mistress is better than being with you. Kevin has an annual income in the hundreds of thousands. His underwear smells good even if he doesn't change it for days. You, on the other hand, still reek of poverty even if you take 3 showers a day. How dare you compare yourself to him?" Her words were truly heartless. After we got married, I worked day and night to support the family. She never worked a single day. Every day, she was either playing cards, or going out to eat, drink, and shop with friends, completely neglecting the housework. She wanted a designer handbag, one that cost over $20,000. No problem, I bought it. She wanted to travel. Maldives, Europe, she could pick any destination, no matter the cost, and I never said no. Even so, she still complained that I was poor. What right did she have to complain about me? Besides, was I poor? This year was the 9th year of my startup, and the company had successfully secured funding, with its market value exceeding 100 million. I was now a bona fide billionaire. Kevin was just a department manager under me. With a single word, I could have him fired any time. Tiffany actually thought Kevin was impressive. Tiffany didn't know I was a billionaire, but it wasn't because I deliberately hid it from her. Every time I tried to share my career achievements with her, before I could even say a few words, she would impatiently wave her hand, cutting me off, making it impossible for me to continue. She didn't care about anything related to me. Her eyes were solely focused on Kevin. Divorce. Tiffany pulled out the divorce papers she had prepared long ago, and slapped them onto my face. The papers landed on the glass coffee table. She had already signed them, throwing the pen in front of me. Tiffany impatiently urged, "Sign quickly. I can't live this poor life for another day. Now, just being close to you, your smell makes me sick to my stomach." She lightly covered her mouth and nose, backing away a few steps with a look of disgust. "I must have been blind to marry a loser like you. But, soon I'll be marrying Kevin. A good life is within reach. I won't have to suffer anymore. Haha." Watching her gloat, laughing so much she was shaking, I felt both heartbroken and a little curious. What expression would she have if she saw Kevin kneeling before me? Just as I was about to pick up the pen, Tiffany continued, "After the divorce, I don't want anything from this house. Kevin will give me something better anyway. I only have one condition: Leo must come with me." I threw the pen down, objecting. "No way. Leo's academic performance was excellent. He completely inherited my talent. If he went with Tiffany, it would definitely have a huge negative impact. Besides, what right did a person like her have to be a parent?" I adamantly refused. "Leo must stay with me. This is non-negotiable." As soon as I finished speaking, Tiffany raised her hand and slapped me across the face, her eyes wide with fury, her expression distorted. My anger flared instantly. As I was about to speak, she picked up her handbag and slammed it onto my head again. The metal clasp of the bag instantly cut my forehead. Blood streamed down, blurring my vision. A burning pain spread from the wound. She was completely indifferent, speaking condescendingly. Am I discussing this with you? Why don't you go look in a mirror? Do you deserve to be Leo's father? If follows you, he'll be a loser like you his whole life. Only a successful person like Kevin deserves to be my son's father. Just then, the door opened, and Leo returned. He was carrying a basketball and saw the blood on my face. I thought he would be shocked and concerned about me. But unexpectedly, he merely sighed softly. Mom, did you make this loser bleed? My mind went blank. I couldn't believe my ears. From childhood, I bought Leo anything he wanted, never letting him suffer in the slightest. Why was he so cold-hearted? I immediately glared at Tiffany, grinding my teeth in hatred. How could you corrupt our son? A basketball suddenly flew at me, hitting me in the face. I was caught off guard and knocked onto the sofa. Before I could recover, Leo rushed in front of me, grabbing my neck with his hand, his eyes blazing with fury. What are you, daring to talk to my mom like that? I stared at Leo, stunned. I couldn't breathe, and my face turned beet red. It was very uncomfortable. No greater sorrow than a heart that has died. I was utterly despairing of this mother and son. Tiffany clapped her hands nearby, cheering, "You truly are MOM's good son." With that, she took out her phone and started to transfer money. PayPal. Leo, your Kevin told me that your birthday is in a few days. He's about to be promoted and might be too busy to celebrate with you. So, he gave me $10,000 to transfer to you. He said buy whatever you want, and if it's not enough, just tell him he has plenty of money. After speaking, Tiffany glanced at me, with eyes full of mockery. Leo took out his phone, saw the transfer, and immediately beamed, "Mom, please thank Kevin for me." Then, he changed his mind. "No, I'll make a call and thank him personally." Leo made a call to Kevin, deliberately putting it on speakerphone. Kevin chuckled. "That small amount of money is a drop in the bucket for me. Didn't you tell me you wanted to buy a car last time? No problem. When I get promoted and my salary increases in a few days, I'll take you to buy one." Leo cheered excitedly. The two of them were acting like a loving father and devoted son. Tiffany glanced at me, then said softly, "Kevin, I've already divorced my husband. From now on, we are a family. To celebrate my escape from suffering and finally getting rid of that loser, why don't you come pick us up? Let's go out for a family dinner." Kevin happily agreed. "Okay, I'll be there in 10 minutes. After hanging up, Tiffany saw I still hadn't signed and suddenly her expression changed, becoming very angry. She glared at me, spitting saliva. "What are you sitting there for? Why aren't you signing quickly? I want to escape right now. Looking at you for another second disgusts me." I was completely fed up with Tiffany. But I truly couldn't bear to lose Leo. After all, he was my own flesh and blood. My blood ran in his veins. Standing up, I grabbed Leo's hand and pleaded, "Leo, come with me. Dad is a billionaire now, with plenty of money. Whatever life you want, Dad can give it to you." Leo raised his hand and slapped me across the face. My lips split. He glared at me, mockingly, "You are a billionaire. Ha, I'm 100 billionaire. You loser, if I follow you, I'll never be able to buy a car in this lifetime. Go die somewhere." He kicked me to the ground, laughing loudly, "Look at you now, still a billionaire. If there's even $10,000 on your bank card, that would be something. *PFFT. Tiffany cheered, "Leo, you are amazing." She walked over, kicked me with her high heel, and ordered, "Don't play dead, get up and sign quickly. From now on, we are cutting ties. Don't even think about clinging to us." I looked up at them, mother and son. They truly believed they were about to live a good life, their expressions full of wild joy. "Fine. I'll grant your wish. Then we'll see how you cry." I picked up the pen and signed. Tiffany snatched the papers, as if afraid I'd change my mind, and excitedly said, "Leo, smash everything in this house. Don't leave this loser a single intact thing. He made us suffer for so many years, we can't let him off easy. I quickly tried to stop them. I warn you, these things are very expensive. If you break them, you won't be able to afford the compensation. Tiffany burst into laughter, as if I were joking with her. She was the first to smash the glass coffee table. What a joke. I've used things in this house for so many years, don't I know their value? How dare you try to scare me? HMPH, even if they are valuable, Kevin can afford to pay. Leo, smash them. Leo nodded, picked up a solid wood chair, and slammed it onto the glass coffee table. The glass instantly shattered. The loud noise didn't scare him, instead, it ignited a stronger desire for destruction. Tiffany also joined in. The mother and son broke all the furniture, ripped the wallpaper, and even the doors and windows weren't spared. They almost managed to destroy the load-bearing wall. Finally, Tiffany saw the memorial photo of my mother hanging on the wall. She grabbed it, laughing. Leo, where's the lighter? Let's burn it. You wouldn't dare. I shot up to my feet. All the blood rushed to my head. I quickly stepped forward, pointing at Tiffany and giving a death threat. You can smash whatever you want, I won't care. But if you dare touch my mother's memorial photo, I'll fight you to the death. Hearing my threat, Tiffany wasn't scared, instead, she sneered. She was certain I wouldn't do anything to them. Leo pulled out his lighter. Tiffany snatched it, lit it, and began to light the memorial photo. Put that down. I rushed over, snatched the memorial photo, and slapped Tiffany across the face. I patted out the fire. Although I reacted quickly, a third of the memorial photo was still burned, turning yellowish and black. Mom, your son is unfilial. I clutched the memorial photo and burst into tears. You dared to hit my mom, I'll kill you. Leo hit me from behind. My back of the head was heavily struck. My vision went black, and I instantly fell to the ground. Excruciating pain, like a tidal wave, rushed into my brain, as if it would explode. The pain made me let out a horrible scream. I touched my head with my hand, it was covered in blood. Looking back, the object in Leo's hand was an ashtray. My turn. Tiffany snatched the ashtray and swung it at me again. My head was injured, and my limbs were weak, I couldn't resist at all. I could only raise my hands to protect myself. The ashtray slammed onto my arm, blow after blow. I felt the excruciating pain of bones cracking, thud, thud, it smashed me an unknown number of times. Tiffany suddenly heard a knock at the door, and only then did she reluctantly stop. It must be your Kevin. Go open the door. She wiped the blood from her hands, took out her makeup kit, and started applying makeup, completely disregarding my condition. The door opened. Kevin walked in, surprised. Whoa, are you redecorating? What happened here? Tiffany put away her makeup kit, quickly walked over and wrapped her arms around Kevin's neck. Darling, what took you so long? What happened at home? Nothing. Let's go eat. Tiffany held Kevin's hand, acting like a spoiled woman, openly showering him with affection. She had never acted like that in front of me. Kevin saw me and frowned. Who is this person? He's my loser husband. No, ex-husband. From now on, I only have one husband, and that's you. Seeing acting so tenderly, Kevin was also very pleased. But when he saw me covered in blood, he was still a little concerned. Are you okay with such serious injuries? That lowly life of his, who cares if he dies? Before her words even finished, Kevin's phone suddenly rang. He looked at it, delighted. It's David calling. It must be about the promotion. Hello, David, this is Kevin. Hello. No one spoke. Because I was too severely injured, and had no strength, I couldn't speak. Kevin called back. My phone suddenly rang. The room fell silent instantly. Kevin held his phone, his expression terrified, and walked towards me. As he got closer, he suddenly shivered. His phone slipped from his hand and fell to the ground. David. He immediately helped me up, wiped the blood from my face, and gasped, David, is that really you? What are you doing here? After saying that, he suddenly remembered Tiffany's earlier words, and instantly turned ashen. Are you Tiffany's husband. I leaned against the shredded sofa, struggling to keep from falling over. My voice hoarse. Kevin, look at the mess you've made. Kevin knelt before me, his face pale. David, let me explain. You can explain to the human department, HR. I immediately called the police. The police would arrive shortly. Kevin trembled with fear, repeatedly kowtowing to me. David, please be magnanimous and forgive me this time. I swear, from now on, I'll have nothing to do with Tiffany. Tiffany, looking confused, ran over and asked Kevin, what are you doing? Why are you kneeling to this loser? Standing up, Kevin slapped Tiffany across the face. Tiffany was caught off guard and immediately fell to the ground. Her face instantly swelled up, blood flowed from her lip, and her beautiful face became ugly in an instant. Leo helped Tiffany up and furiously said, how dare you hit my mom? I'm not only hitting this woman, I'm hitting you, unfilial son. Kevin went up and kicked Leo, knocking him to the ground. Still not satisfied, he picked up a broken chair leg, and started beating the mother and son, making them wail. I sat there, sneering inwardly. After giving them a severe beating, Kevin finally threw down the chair leg, looking at me as if seeking credit, his face full of flattery. David, everything they did has nothing to do with me, I swear to God. David, please, give me a chance to redeem myself. I swear, from now on, I will devote myself wholeheartedly to my work, and increase our company's market value from 100 million to 300 million, or even a billion. Tiffany, her head covered in bumps, was stunned. She seemed to have guessed my identity too. Enduring the pain, she crawled to Kevin's side, asking incredulously, What 100 million? What are you talking about? Kevin kicked her to the ground, cursing furiously. David is your husband. The company I work for, he owns it. He's our CEO. Our company just successfully secured funding half a month ago, and now its market value is 100 million. David is a billionaire now. You must be blind to reality to dare to beat David like this. The more he thought about it, the angrier he became. He picked up the chair leg again, and brutally beat the mother and son again. I'll kill you two cruel and ungrateful people. Of course, Kevin wasn't outraged by my suffering. He was worried about being implicated, so he was actively trying to gain my forgiveness. Unfortunately, that was impossible. The police arrived quickly. I was taken to the hospital. After a thorough examination by the doctor, it was found that I had a mild concussion and a fractured arm, needing at least 2 to 3 months to regain full mobility. While resting in the hospital bed, a police officer came in and asked, Mr. David, Miss Tiffany and Leo said they want to see you. What do you think? No. I've already called the police. Just handle it according to the law, you don't need to ask me. I understand. The police officer left. Tiffany and Leo were outside, clamoring to see me. Finally, they actually forced the door open. Tiffany came in and immediately knelt by my hospital bed, crying hysterically, Husband, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have treated you like that. For the sake of our marriage, please forgive me, okay? I said nothing. I didn't even look at her. Tiffany suddenly slapped herself several times, then kowtowed, apologizing, Husband, I truly know I was wrong. These years, I've been too self-important, too spoiled, neglecting your feelings. I shouldn't have cheated, shouldn't have hit you, I'm not a human being. Husband, scold me, hit me. She cried, grabbing my hand, wanting me to hit her. Tiffany wanted to eliminate the resentment in my heart this way. Dream on. I pushed her to the ground, angrily saying, Didn't you say being with me was a hard life? Didn't you want to have a good life with Kevin? Fine, I'll grant your wish. Get lost, get out of here immediately. No. Tiffany shook her head desperately, tears streaming down. I swear to God, from now on, I will never leave you again. I will treat you well, with 1000% sincerity. She knelt by my bed again, grabbing my hand, full of sincerity. Husband, we said before we got married that we'd travel to the Aegean, and let the Aegean witness our eternal love. Before marriage, I had indeed promised her that. I had mentioned it once. But she always found various excuses not to go. After a few tries, I stopped bringing it up. Now that she brought it up, I found it truly ironic. Now you remember you want to go. It's too late. Tiffany burst into wails. Dad, I know I was wrong. It was all my mom's idea. She said. Kevin. Just as he said that, Leo suddenly slapped himself, and immediately corrected. No, it was Kevin. My mom said that if I called him Kevin, he would give me a lot of money. He would buy me anything I wanted. I was young and didn't know anything. I just did whatever my mom told me to. Dad, I know I was wrong now. Please forgive me. My last name is David. I'll only ever have one dad, and that's you. I coldly glared at that little bastard, the hatred in my heart deeper than that for Tiffany. He kept claiming he didn't know anything. But he clearly understood everything. He only came to apologize because he heard I was richer than Kevin. Like mother, like son. This time, even if he was my own son, I wouldn't show any mercy. Now you know you were wrong. I told you I'm a billionaire. How did you curse me? I pointed at the gauze on my head, roaring, who hit my head? You inhuman little beast. You were even more hateful than your mom. The police officer couldn't stand it anymore, and couldn't help but step forward to scold them. You two, mother and son, are truly ungrateful wretches. Mr. David is a well-known young entrepreneur in our city. After achieving success in his career, he donates to children in poverty every year, totaling tens of millions over several years. Even the city leaders praise him greatly. What's more, he's your husband and father. How could you lay hands on him? Did your consciences get eaten by dogs? Facing the police officers' scolding and questioning, Tiffany and Leo were filled with regret, crying and howling. The doctor quickly advised, the patient needs rest. Would you please step outside? Both of you, get out. The police officer immediately led the mother and son away. The ward became quiet. Seeing the police officer about to leave, I quickly called out, wait a moment. He walked back. I asked, all the items in my house were destroyed by that mother and son. I want them to pay for the damages at their appraised value. Absolutely no problem, that's your rightful claim. Soon, the appraisal results came out. All the items in the house combined totaled $16,330,000. Hearing this figure, Tiffany was stunned. This is impossible. How can those broken things be so valuable? You must have made a mistake. We couldn't possibly make a mistake. These are the receipts for the furniture Mr. David purchased. The dining table and chairs alone, a complete set, cost $1,880,000, made of luxury stone, very valuable. The police officer took out the receipts and explained each item. The sofa, $135,000. The coffee table, $120,000. The most expensive items were the several antiques on the living room bookshelf, with a total value exceeding $10 million. We've had these professionally appraised, and they are absolutely genuine. Upon hearing this, Leo immediately became upset. He glared at Tiffany with venomous eyes and cursed, this is all your fault. Dad told you those furniture pieces were very valuable and you couldn't afford to pay for them, but you insisted on smashing them. Now look, over $10 million, you pay for it. Tiffany became enraged. You were pretty enthusiastic when you were smashing things too, weren't you? You smashed more than I did. Why should I pay for everything? Nonsense, you told me to smash them. If I tell you to smash something, you smash it. Then if I tell you to eat dirt, why don't you go do that? Leo was furious and suddenly rushed over to fight Tiffany. The mother and son actually started punching and kicking each other at the police station, putting on a farce. The police officers separated them. Tiffany was full of grievances, crying hysterically, and even sat on the ground to throw a tantrum and make a scene. I have no money, not a single cent. Mr. David has stated that he does not accept mediation. If you don't pay, then prepare to rot in jail. Hearing this, Tiffany wailed even louder, then called Kevin. The phone connected. Tiffany cried, Kevin, I smashed up the house, and I owe over $10 million in damages. Can you lend me some money? Would lend her money. Impossible. He refused without a second thought. What I have to do with you smashing things? Why should I lend you money? Hearing this, Tiffany became furious, and like a shrew, demanded loudly, "Didn't you promise to marry me after I divorced my husband? Now I'm your wife, and you refuse to lend me money. Are you even a man? When you were sleeping with me, didn't you say you'd give me anything I wanted?" She even said such things, truly shameless to the extreme. Even the police officers nearby shook their heads upon hearing it. They had never seen such a shameless woman. At this point, Tiffany should have been trying to appease Kevin. But she was still so domineering, always acting as if everyone owed her something. Kevin wasn't going to humor her and burst into curses. "Are you out of your mind, or did you get your head stuck in a door? You actually believe what I said when I was sleeping with you? Idiot. Not to mention I don't have money now. Even if I did, I wouldn't lend it to you. I had a bright future, but now not only is my promotion gone, I've even lost my job, and it's all your fault. After all this, you still have the nerve to ask me for money. Go die." He hung up without hesitation. After cursing Kevin for a few moments, Tiffany started calling relatives and friends for money. But after her affair was exposed, everyone saw her true colors and avoided her, no one willing to lend her money. Even if they did, it would be a drop in the bucket. Facing desperation, Tiffany once again requested to see me. After only a few days, she was noticeably more haggard. The police told me that these past few days, Tiffany not only deeply regretted her past actions, but also worried endlessly about the compensation, unable to sleep, suffering immensely. Upon hearing this, I simply cursed, "Serves you right. Husband, I truly know I was wrong, please forgive me this time, okay? I beg you." When saw me, she immediately knelt down, crying hysterically, pitifully helpless. But every pitiful person has a hateful side. I asked expressionlessly, "You wanted to see me just to say that? If there's nothing else, I'm leaving. I have a lot of company matters. I don't have time to accompany you." "Wait." She suddenly called out to me, stood up from the floor, and her face became very angry. Walking in front of me, Tiffany stared at me and asked, "Your company is worth over 100 million, you are not short of money at all. Why won't you let me go? Why do you have to be so cruel?" I found it amusing and looked at her coldly. "Does the value of my company have anything to do with my demanding compensation? It's just over $10 million. You have it. Why are you so petty, haggling over every penny? Over $10 million. You say it so easily. Have you earned a single cent these past years since we got married?" Tiffany was speechless. She knew she was in the wrong. However, she couldn't afford to pay, so she simply went all out. "Anyway, I don't have money. If you insist on me paying, I'll die for you to see. Then you won't get a single penny, and you'll get the bad name of forcing your ex-wife to her death. Your company just got funding not long ago. If such news comes out, you won't be able to continue operating. Then it will be mutually destructive, and it won't benefit you either." Facing this threat, I was completely unmoved. After knowing her for so many years, I knew her temperament best. Accustomed to a life of luxury, she was most afraid of death. Let alone death, if she even had a small scratch on her hand, she would be very distressed, even making a big fuss to go to the hospital for a checkup. She valued her life above all else. I said with a mocking tone, "All right, go die. If you die, our accounts will be settled." Tiffany was stunned. Her eyes turned red, and she stared at me, with an incredulous look. "Are you really so heartless, wanting me to die? Don't put on an innocent face. When you hit me with the ashtray, your heart was 100 times crueler than mine." Tiffany lowered her head, her face looking terrible. She knew that no matter what she did, she couldn't change my mind. But just then, Leo suddenly said with a smile, "Mom, go die quickly. If you die, Dad won't make us pay the money. Then I can get out of here." Tiffany's head snapped up to look at Leo, her expression a mix of anger, hatred, and deep shock. She hadn't expected Leo to say such a thing. Leo said righteously, "Didn't you tell me? What's the point of keeping useless things? Just kick them away. You owe my dad over $10 million now. You've never worked, and don't know how to do anything, so you can't earn that much money. Rather than you continuing to live, it's better for you to die. If you die, I'll be debt-free, and I can get out. Tiffany's body suddenly plummeted as if filled with lead. Her face was ashen, and tears streamed down. Only now did she finally realize her regret. Looking at the mother and son, I shook my head in disappointment, said nothing, and turned to leave.